here. And honey, before you go dive deep into the
I know. Look, you know what? I hate when you start telling me what to do.
yeah, but you go right live, all the way live. Oh, are we on? Whoops. I think we are live. We are live. I didn't even see the countdown. Are you there, Brenda?
Yes, can you see me?
No.
No. How about
Yeah.
now?
Yes.
All right. So we
right.
are live. Hello, everyone. We were actually having a little tit for tat going back and
We were having our own private conversation. But tonight we will just welcome everyone to the broadcast. I'm James Green.
And I'm Cynthia Green, and we're with Marriage Built to Last.
And we are
America's favorite couple.
So like I said, we just want to welcome you to the broadcast. We're going to have a good time tonight. We got a special guest, and it's just going to be a fun. So tonight's title is...
Sexy Summer Love. How about that?
Or is it sex in the summer along with love? I don't know. I'm just...
All right, same thing. We're
But,
talking about sex tonight.
yes.
How about that?
But we got a special guest. We want to introduce her and let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself.
Okay. Is it feedback? Can you
Nope, we got you.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Brenda Dixon out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Listen, I am so excited to be here tonight to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is, just putting that fire back in that marriage bedroom, in that marriage bed. And, listen, I am what I call a change agent. I'm all about just providing different services and supplements and products, organic products that can help us be healthier and just take everything to the next level with any area of our life. And so, I am a CEO with Total Life Changes, which is short. I use TLC for short, but all of us that is a part of TLC is CEOs. And so I'm just excited tonight to share with you my super vitamins I call for husbands and wives, and I'm just excited to be here tonight to share with you.
You know what, Brenda? I like that TLC because that sounds for me for tender love and care.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
Total Life Changes, you'll get that tender love and care. Am I right, Brenda?
Yes, you will.
So as we said tonight, we are talking about sexy summer love. So let's just talk a little bit about what that means. When summertime comes around, most people get excited. I know a lot of people don't like the heat, but they love summertime. The beautiful sunshine, the weather, the beautiful blooming flowers and trees. But when you think about so much fun during the summertime. There's so many things to do to get out of the house and just be with family and friends, cookouts, picnics, the beach, just traveling and different things like that, vacations and all of that. It just makes you think of that. And when you're married and you have your spouse, you think about just really doing some fun things and connecting when you're on vacation. You do a little bit of different things in the bedroom than you do when you're at home in your bedroom. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but we do. But well, that's why we titled it Sexy Summer Love, because so many things happen in the summertime. Although they say more babies are conceived in the winter than in the summer, because when y'all locked up in the house during the winter,
But but that's to me what makes it more exciting in the summertime, because when you think of love and places to make love, in the summer you can make it all outside somewhere. You can't do that in the wintertime. That's for me.
Oh my goodness, yes. So we're going to talk about today intimacy. We're going to talk about romance, and yes, we're going to talk about the physical act, sex in the bedroom, and things to do to keep it spicy. So when we think about intimacy,
But before we start, we just want everybody to go over to our...
Oh yes,
Go ahead.
our private Facebook group, Marriage Built to Last Movement.com. So that you can post your comments. We got our Facebook up right here,
Right.
and we will interact with you. So go over to marriagebuilttolastmovement.com and post any questions that you have.
And we'll be answering your questions live tonight.
That's right, we will.
And that's marriagebuilt2lastmovement.com. marriagebuilt2lastmovement.com.
Yes. And so, and then also, you know, we just want to share a little bit about us before we jump into our conversation tonight too. Some of you don't know James and I. So our company is Marriage Built to Last. We started about 3 years ago. James and I, we've been married, will be 10 years this year. We're a blended family. We have 4 children between the 2 of us, but technically we are empty nesters. So that's one of the most exciting parts of our life. That we're
and that's what makes this sexy summer love so enjoyable. Because you're empty nesters, we can do what we want, when we want, where we want, anytime we want.
Absolutely. When our daughter graduates next Sunday, she has like 2 months to decide if she's going to keep her apartment or move back home. So, you know, we're kind of nervous about no longer being empty nesters, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
And whatever happens, happens.
That's right. It's all good. We don't mind at all. So this is a little bit about us. Let's just jump into our first part of the 3-part topics tonight. Intimacy, romance, and sex. So when you think about intimacy, you know, I think about, you know, snuggling with my honey and holding his hand, and when he gives me kisses on my cheek.
Are you waiting for it?
You know, intimacy is just those warm moments together. You can have an intimate conversation. You can look into each other's eyes and just look deeply into their eyes, and you know, you feel a sense of love and peace there. But intimacy is really just spending quality time together.
That's her version.
Okay.
And for me, intimacy is what? You know, I don't know about the rest of you men out there, but for me, well, I'm not saying me, I'm just saying, let me talk for a lot of the men. Intimacy is the actual act.
No, it's not.
And yes, it is. You know, when 2 people, listen now. When 2 people come together,
we've had this conversation before.
When 2 people come together and have the physical act of intercourse, they're intimate with each other.
True.
That's 2 becoming 1. That's
we haven't
intimacy.
got to that part yet.
I know. No, but we're talking about intimacy.
Okay.
What do you think, Brenda? Tell us what you think about intimacy.
Yeah, it's so funny. Just witnessing it. This is typical. The male's version and the female version is always totally different. But you're right. Listen, intimacy is, you just have to keep that going in a relationship because it is so important. It's like the nucleus. I call it the nucleus of a relationship. It's intimacy. It's just very important. But yeah, you know how males view it and females, we're on totally different planes, but it's still intimacy. In the end of the day, it still is the same way, you know.
There you go.
And that's so true because when you think of the actual act, and when that's all over, that's when women seem to want to be more intimate. They want you to hold them, you know, the cuddling part, the spooning part. That's actually the intimacy part of it. That's a big part of the intimacy for women. And I definitely understand that, because women want you to just hold them, want you to spoon, want you to just, so they lay their head on your chest.
I was getting ready to say that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so, you know, we really want to talk about this though, because we've all been in previous relationships. We all won't always save. So we won't always, our husbands might not be our only partner, but you know, in some of our relationships, yes, sometimes you have that slam bam, thank you ma'am, and the man just gets up, rolls over, goes to sleep, or gets up and leaves, and
I gotta go.
The woman is wanting more. She needs that intimacy time. She needs that snuggle time. She needs that, you know, kiss me, hug me, love me.
And I think that is a lot of what breaks up, say, relationships. When the woman doesn't receive that, she thinks, oh, he's treating me just like
just a piece of meat.
Right.
Street punk tank. I say,
So he's like, okay, you're not going to give me the intimacy what I want. Why should I even be with you? It ain't like a booty call and you're leaving.
That's right. That's right.
Like is booty call. That's what I'm just gonna put it out there. But yeah, so that's the intimacy part. You know, and I guess I'm talking to the men, and maybe all women aren't like that. They don't need that time afterwards. But men, most women do need that intimacy after the actual act, after sex. You know, give them a kiss, give them a hug. You know, rub their back. You know, do something, embrace them, do something after the act, because that is the part that says, I love you.
Right.
And you mean the world to me, or that it was great for you too.
Right. And that's what I actually really try to tell men about the intimacy part, being intimate. And I tell men all this, I know we joke about, I say, you know, the physical act, but a lot of times being intimate isn't just the act. Intimacy sometimes is just the closeness. Sometimes a woman just wants you to hold her hand walking down the street, or to put your arm around her when you're sitting watching TV. That's intimate, actually. It's actually the closeness. What do you think, Brenda?
I agree. Totally agree with that. You know, that you know, back in the day they used to call that the foreplay. We women, we need that foreplay before the actual play. You know, so we. You know, it's with us, it's just mental. It just is, you know, we have to mentally get there before we physically get there. So just little things. I mean, you'd be surprised what a $2 rose from the grocery store would do, just out the blue, come home with that and just give it to her just because, or, you know, send her a text in the middle of the day, say, hey, smile, somebody thinking of you. You just, I mean, just a little stuff way before you get home and say, hey, let's get it on. But yes, I'm telling you that we you know, walking us, you know, what I say is sometimes you got to slow walk us down. You can't just throw us down, you know. So it is huge. It is a huge thing with us. It is. It's mental. Yes.
Absolutely. And the other thing I was thinking about too is, like you said, the foreplay. Most of the time, we women need you to kind of lead up to it. Yes, we do like those spur of the moment, spontaneous moments, but we like that to know that, you know, 3 days ago you held my hand. 3 days ago you gave me a hug just because. A week ago you gave me some flowers. We need some soft things to soften the atmosphere, soften the heart, touch the mind before that physical act comes. Early that day, you sent me a sweet text, or you just came home in a great mood and, you know, smiled and was fun and friendly and laughing. Right. Those things are important.
Right. And kissing. A lot of times, kissing can be really intimate if you give your mate a passionate kiss. And you never know what their body feeling and what goes through their body in that kiss. You could be just kissing them and hugging them goodbye in the morning, and you never know what they're thinking inside, because they may never tell you. They may say, I can't wait till he gets home. He had me ready from the moment he left the door. And just let me say this. There's times when you do a lot of intimacy that leads to that. And then when you don't, sometimes a woman say, you know what? He done gave me so much intimacy. I'm ready for that wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
There you go. That's true. That's true. Now I'm just gonna put it out there. My husband talking about those long, passionate kisses. That's something that I complain about, that I don't get very often. He kisses me all the time, but the long, passionate kisses, okay, we're gonna have to work on that these days, because they've kind of disappeared.
Come on, Brenda, you know, and that's men, because once the man gives a long, passionate kiss, you know what's running through his mind.
Oh, okay. So that's why I don't get them, huh? Okay, we're gonna have to work on that.
I'm not saying that.
But you know what? But we you know, we coach couples, and a lot of times when they do their assessments that we send to them, one of the complaints is, honestly, the women will not complain, but one of the concerns that they will list is sex. And 9 times out of 10, the men would say there is no problem with the sex. And so then we have to figure out, why does the woman have a problem with the sex and the man
We
doesn't?
didn't get to the sex part yet. That's number 3.
Well, it is, but I'm just saying, I was going to say that usually because the intimacy is not there. You've got problems in the relationship, which is usually the communication. You're not. And so sometimes when you just start doing those intimate things with your spouse, like, you know, just touching them on the shoulder, or little things that we teach spouses to do, you know, rub their back, you know, just gently.
And see, and that's what, like you say, baby, is a lot of times is the problem with communication, because the man thinking everything is fine.
Yeah.
And the woman thinking everything is not fine. Like when we coach couples, he'll say, oh, sex, I don't have a problem with that. She'll say, yes, that's something we need to talk about, because he thinks everything is fine and she doesn't, because he's not actually giving her what she needs when it comes to that intimacy part.
That's right. That's right. And so, you know, you got to work your way up to the big act sometimes. You know, we know that don't always take all that. Sometimes it is a wham bam, thank you, man. That's good. But that's right. But sometimes you have to work your way up to that. And it can be the simple things, even helping with the children, helping around the house, helping with the dishes, helping cook dinner every now and then.
And see, and I think all of that actually,
that act of service. Yes.
Yes, the acts of service.
Yes.
But I think all of that leads to number 2, which is the romance part.
So number 2, part 2 of this sexy summer love is romance.
And see, and for I'm not cutting you off, babe,
Okay.
but for romance, to me, is leading up to. I think romance leads to the intimacy. I believe romance starts in the very beginning, when you do things around the house, when you clean up the kitchen after she done cooked all night. I think that is leading up to the romance part. I think romance is helping fold the clothes.
Okay. For we women, no, romance is flowers,
that too.
candy, bubble bath, a romantic dinner.
And so does that lead to number 1?
candlelight.
Does that lead to number 1, the intimacy?
No, the intimacy is all that other stuff that you done did. Because I'm not going to want to get in the tub with you. You know, I'm not going to want to sit down to a candlelight dinner if the communication's not there, the connection's not there, the intimacy is not there. You know, so yeah, I think all of that.
So where would you say is the intimacy and the romance? Which one is first, the romance or the intimacy?
Well, I think they go hand in hand. But honestly, intimacy comes first, because intimacy is just holding hands. Romance to me is a step further.
What you think, Brenda?
Yeah, you know, we kind of wired the same, me and Cynthia. So I think
Is that a woman thing? Come on now.
See, that's why they don't get it right.
look, not all the time, but she is so true about the intimacy and the romance. You know, romance is sometimes we like to know that we're special to you. You know, and so that, I mean, we know that we're special, but sometimes showing it, showing it in tangible things and extra time, spending time is big with us, that quality time, yes.
So is that quality time, spending time, is that romance or is that the intimacy?
It's both, to be honest. I mean, because it really truly is. It truly is, because it's going hand in hand. Sometimes, that line can't just completely be drawn in the sand. It does kind of twinkle over and intertwine with each other. But just all of it is just important. It's just so important to keep that flame. Yes.
I agree. You are so right. They go hand in hand with that, because quality time is my love language.
That's not too.
Romance for me, but it can be romantic and it definitely can be intimate. So you give me my time, you can get almost anything.
But see, and that's what I'm saying from a man's point of view, because if we take a woman out to dinner, have a nice candlelight dinner, a movie, we're holding her hand during the movie, or we have her arm around her, I think that is, you saying that's the intimacy part, holding hands, but that is the romance part, leading to what a man thinks is the intimacy part.
So you're saying just because
No, I'm not saying just because we took you to dinner and we took you to a movie that we should be intimate. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying romance leading to the intimacy part.
Okay. Okay. That's true. That's true. But don't always mean because you bought us a chicken sandwich.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if you go to a romantic dinner, candlelight dinner, you go to a nice movie. I'm not even gonna say a Lifetime movie, but you know what I'm saying. Then you're walking down the street, holding hands, getting ice cream. All of that is romantic. Am I right?
Yes.
Romantic. So that's the romance. Romantic leading up to what? The intimacy part, where the two of you come together as one. The intimacy.
I think it's all intertwined. And I can say for me, I'm not a person who needs a whole lot of romance. For me, romance just means really whining, and I don't wine, I don't drink wine, but you know, sparkling cider in me, dining me, you know, the bubble baths, the candlelight. I personally don't need all of that. I like it, you know, and I would tend to do it for James more than he would do it for me, and he probably could care less.
All right. So if a man cooked dinner or did the dishes after the woman cooked, or he helps you, he's folding laundry or ironing your clothes, what is all that? Is that romance or is that intimacy?
It's nice. It's called.
See, come on, Brenda. Come on, Brenda. Come on, Brenda. Give me some feedback. See, she calling that helping around the house. What you think?
Listen, all that is good. Do all of that. Do all of that, because all of that does matter. And you know, it comes back to, you know, really comes back to that love language thing. So different things, you know, like some women like that. What you were just talking about is that acts of service where you doing some things for them to make it easier for them. And then some women, you know, they don't care whether you do that, but if you buy me a whole lot of stuff, so they, you know, they like that materialistic stuff. You know, the more stuff you buy, the more they feel loved and they feel turned on. It's just crazy, but we're wired different ways. But for the core of a woman, if quality time always equate to us as you care, because you know that's the most important thing you can give anybody, period, of your time. But for a relationship, that quality time, even if you're not spending any money, just walking hand in hand down to the beach or whatever. But I hear what you're saying. Look, you right on point, Mr. Man. You right on point. But you know, it just depends on a woman. You know, what does it for her? As I say, you know, what is it? You know, what is your button? What do it for you? So that's right. Knowing your mate, because I mean, truly, it could be different things for different people. So just find out, you know, everybody just find out what does it for you. Maybe you have for a while, you need to ask them, look, what does it for you, so you can adjust some things.
Let me ask you a question, Brenda. Let me ask you a question. If you meet somebody new and you start dating them, and you take them out to dinner, you take them out to a movie, you may take them out to a play or a show or a concert, is that romance? See, and if you don't know them, you say that's learning your mate, but you're getting to learn the person. What would you call that?
And Brenda, I would say, as a single woman, does a man have to do all of those things for you to feel that they have that intimacy or romantic quality?
But that's romance for you. The ultimate word there is you just meet them, just get to know them. So they romancing you. It's no real intimacy at the beginning. Intimacy is something that grows when the feeling grows. Yes. So yeah, so I would call that romance. So yeah, definitely at the beginning stages, this is pure romance, you know. But yeah, so intimacy will come. But that's down the line, you know. That's when feelings, intimacy comes when feeling comes. That's the way I look at it. Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say, because if you don't know, that's the romantic part. That's the romance. So romance leads to intimacy because you're being romantic. You're doing the romance to hopefully one day get to that intimate part. That's all I'm saying.
And that's true. And I think, you know, it can be different in different situations because, like I said, you can have the romance, the bubble bath, and or the romantic dinner, and then you come home and you're intimate, you're hugging, you're kissing, you're drawing close. That is true. But then also you've got the general intimacy that you don't have to have the romantic piece in there. But and I would like, and I say, you know, when I think it's a little different when you're single versus married also, because as Brenda just said, you're not necessarily going to get to that intimacy part until you've really gotten to know the person. So they can romance you all day long, all week, for months, for a couple of years. And But at some point in time, you're going to be doing the hand holding. You're going to do the hugging. You're going to do the kissing. Yes. And then finally, we're going to get to the third part, which I guess we're ready for that. Part number 3, which is getting to the nitty gritty. We're talking about sex. So we talked about intimacy. We talked about romance.
Let's talk about you and me. I had to sing a little salt and pepper. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I had to get on.
Yeah. Let's talk about sex, baby. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about you and me.
Yes, yes.
We're just going to keep it moving and keep it real on this part. You know, sex can be a major issue in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's one of them. Well, like the third reason that couples break up. Number 1 is finance. Number 2 is communication. Number 3 is sex. So, you know, it's a real issue that we don't talk about, and most couples don't have someone outside of their relationship to talk about it.
And that's, I feel that sex is communication, because let's be honest, a lot of time the man thinks he's putting it down, he's doing what it takes, but he's really not, because sometimes a woman wants something different and they don't communicate on what she likes, what she wants, how she likes it, how she wants it. And he's just going by what he knows, maybe from the past, you know, maybe other partners, and not what his partner right now wants and needs.
Not main, his wife.
Yeah.
Wives.
And what she wants and what she needs, and they never talk about it. So maybe he's really not satisfying her like he thinks he is.
That's right.
Right. And that's true, because I can just talk about myself in past relationships. I don't think I ever discussed sex with a man. It was just you did it. You went to bed. You got into the act. You did it. They were the head. They were the lead. You know, they kind of led the way. That was the way it was in my life. So you never really talked about what you liked, what you didn't like. You know, of course they asked you, was it good? You say yeah, because you don't want to hurt their feelings. But when you're married, especially,
it's totally it's totally different when you're married. Yes.
Right. So but even when you're married, sometimes a lot of spouses are not talking about sex, just like James just pointed out. The man is not asking the woman what she don't want, and the woman is not telling the man. That's real in relationships. And it was real in my first marriage. So I know it's not happening in a lot of marriages. And we talk to a lot of couples, not just coaching them, but we belong to a couples group, and we held that conversation, and couples are not discussing with each other. They're not communicating very well.
That's why I say that's good key communication. Sex, it leads to communication.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Totally, yes.
Go ahead, Brenda.
No, I totally agree with that. And truly, you know, that's one of the things that got me involved with what I'm doing when I started providing these, I call them super vitamins for relationships, you know, that, you know, because sometimes, you know, for different reasons, you know, when you, in the context of marriage, when you've been with somebody for a while, sometimes things get a little routine, you know, and I mean, you still have the love there, but, you know, sometimes the spice can just go, you know, but, you know, it comes and goes. Let me put it that way. But, you know, and different things cause that also, you know, as we age, sometimes with the health issues, also, you know, the stress, financial stress, different things, like you were saying, that number 1, that number 2 reason why people, you know, break up. But, you know, but definitely if you can get that nucleus, I call the marriage bed that nucleus. If you can get that nucleus tight, and you can get it where you can just express how you feel for one another and passion, it just does so much. You know, even though, you know, you may be, you know, the bank account might be cleaned out, but you're smiling, you know, because you're helping to release stress off of each other, you know, because, you know, you got that core that's in place. And, you know, it's just important to you to know what your spouse likes. That's definitely, you know, as time change, hey, may also what they like make change. So yeah, so it's important to just ask every now and then, hey, would you like to try something new, or a different location, or something real out of the box? Just communicate about that, because it's very important that everybody what is I say, the grass don't look so green on the other side when you mow in your own yard, okay?
There you go. There you go. Right. So you're right. So, different couples do different things to keep the spice in the bedroom. We've known couples who like to play games. We've known couples who like to play dress up. We've known couples who, just like to do it in different places, different rooms in the house. So there's different ways to spice things up in the bedroom. But the key is first communication. Now that communication for us, we believe should start before you get married, because a lot of people have expectations in their mate before they get married. So you should be discussing those expectations, whether it's the finances, whether it's children, whether it's buying a home, but sex should be part of it.
Right, because sex should definitely be part of it, because when, say, you're dating leading to marriage and you're not having sex until you get married, you don't want that first time to be awkward, to be ugly, to be not fun. So I believe you should talk about it first. Well, we all may have had stuff in the past. What do you like?
That's right.
What do you don't like?
What do you want from me? That detail, but
no, I think what should you do? Because then you'll have to talk about it. That on the honeymoon. Well, I don't like when you do this, but I like when you do that. Here's what I really like when you do, or here's what I want done to me. I think you should talk about that even before you get married. So when that time,
I agree with James on this one. Yes, definitely, because and listen, because you do want to make sure that you, even though if you're not having sex, you want to make sure that you are sexual compatible prior to a union, especially if you did decide to hold out like me. I'm going on close to 9 to 10 years now. I almost have lost count. It's been so long. I tell everybody, look, except for that one time doing that 9 to 10 years, but still, I said I wasn't going to mess up my count for that one time. So it's been about 9 to 10 years for me. And listen, whenever the mate comes who I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life, I'm looking forward to him meeting me, or you're finding me, whether. Totally, we're going to have that conversation, especially if the conversation turns to marriage. Hey, let me, even though, especially after holding out for so long, look, I don't want to have no surprises that we're not compatible. It may have been forever, but listen, I haven't forgotten, and I know, I know, and after so long, I want to make sure I get that. Okay, so it is very important. It is very important that you talk about it. So I'm with James on this one, So.
James too. I was just hoping that he wasn't talking about it too early in the relationship.
No.
Definitely leading towards marriage. Definitely, if you decide you're going to get engaged, you should having those conversations, because we always talk about open and honest communication before you get married, because that's what's going to build your bond. It's going to build your friendship in the relationship, and you're going to have those bonds before you get married when you have those great communication.
So Brittany, you're right, because like you said, you didn't forget.
No,
you know what you did. So when that comes along, look, here's what I like, here's what I want, here's what I want you to do when that time comes.
Definitely. You better have to get your push-ups on, because it's been a long time.
You better be getting your exercise on too, girl. But seriously though, we're talking about the different things that you can do to keep the sex in the bedroom fresh, but we're talking about also being open about it, having communication, because the Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled. So that means what you and your spouse do in your bedroom, first of all, is between you and your spouse, unless you're talking to a marriage counselor or a sex coach or a marriage coach. Shouldn't be too many other people out there knowing about what's going on in your bedroom. So what you're doing there is your business. And then we're talking about, in order to have great sex, that communication line has to be open. And so let's say you're married and you haven't had that open line of communication. You're like, James, sit there, how do you get it open? It just takes opening up your mouth and starting a conversation. Right? You know, you might have to go out to a neutral place to dinner and kind of talk about it. Maybe you talk about it over dinner, at home. Maybe you're lying in bed and you talk about it. But I don't think after it's happened might not be the right time to talk
but
about
a married couple, if they're having problems, like you said, they should go out maybe to dinner, and she should ask him or he should ask her, whatever, what do you like and what you don't, what do you like and what do you not like when we're intimate, when we have sex?
Yes, because we believe you should do a marriage check anyway. You should always be doing a marriage check about how things are going in your marriage.
Definitely.
You know, overall.
Because when you actually ask what you like and what you don't like, she might say, I don't like when you do this. And he might say, wow, I thought you liked that because you never said nothing. I've been doing that the whole time.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You do have to talk about it. That's for sure.
Right.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So you got to keep the communication open. You once you open up that door for communication, you got to be willing to be open. I mean, we've had couples that, we've had people to ask us, do you believe in oral sex? You know, the Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled. James mentioned that on our live broadcast yesterday on Facebook. You know, that's between you and your spouse. What you decide to do. Is it wrong? That's up to you to decide.
That's it.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, just depends on the person, you know. They want to be a monkey in the bed, that's their bed to be a monkey in.
You know, but I do think the spouses need to learn to be more open if that's something that their spouse want to do. You got to have a conversation about it. Don't you think it okay? Why do you think it's okay? Because sometimes they just need to be educated about it.
And they definitely need to know that going in. Like that's what we was, as James was saying, you need to have that conversation before you get married, what each person like, because especially if you're not doing it prior to, you know, because you want to make sure you're compatible. And I do know that sometimes, you know, as life goes on, what people like and don't like change. But, you know, but as long as you keep that communication going, good, and getting some good old super vitamins to help things stay spicy, won't hurt you as well. So, yes.
Hold on real quick though, but because one thing I was going to say is that, you know, I know a newlywed couple that, you know, kind of split up, separated for a little while because she said the sex was just terrible. Right. So we were like, well, have you discussed it with them? We weren't coaching them anything. They just happened to mention it to us. Well, have y'all discussed it? No. You mean y'all never discussed sex? No. Why not? I don't know. We just never did.
And this is somebody that saved themselves until marriage, and they never talked about it. So when they got married and they finally did it, she didn't like it. It was horrible, and she was upset and ready to leave.
Oh my goodness.
They did separate, you know, and because not having fulfilling sex led to other things, arguments, dissatisfaction, not feeling the connection, the intimacy wasn't there because you don't want to hug somebody after terrible sex. You don't even want to talk to them. So bad sex can lead to other things going wrong in the relationship.
Oh my goodness, you are so true. But I tell you one thing for sure, if the fire is there, you got to make sure that, you know, when you know, bottom line is, yes, they should have talked about it. But number two, you know, especially when you haven't done it before marriage, you got to have that intense fire going in. And if you got an intense fire going in, there's no way it should have been horrible. But different things happen with different, you know, you never know what caused it to be horrible or whatever. But that is so where they're not the only couples who have split up because of not being sexually compatible. So, you know, it's huge. It's right up there with finances and, like they said, in communications. You know, that's satisfaction got to be there. So it's just a big piece. And, you know, at this time, you let me know, you know, because I would like to introduce to them some super vitamins that can help take them to another level, even with the marriages that is not even experiencing. There's nothing wrong with taking, making a good thing exceptional, I always say. So this time you let me know, okay, great. So, one thing there again, I got involved with this because it was once upon a time that I was married, for 10 years. And I know that sometimes things got very routine, it's like you kind of go through the motions. And even though I've been celibate and waiting to do it again, I tell people I'm like a restaurant and I can't eat my own food, but I'm looking forward to being able to try my super vitamins at some point, but I can still share and let people know that if you are looking to take things to another level in your bedroom, listen, there again, there are people that I got super vitamins for men and women. So let me take one at a time. But for the male, sometimes different things as we age, as we have health issues, or if the finances is not like they should, sometimes they, you don't have that fire that you usually had, that you once had, and you need a little help in that regard. But there's sometimes when there's sickness, there medications, there's some supplements out there that they can't, the doctor won't clear because they don't want the interaction with your medication. So, I just want everybody to know that there are some all natural organic out there that you can use that doesn't go through the bloodstream, but actually goes into the body through your hormones, where it just kind of goes into your body and within 1 hour it's ready to be activated. So if you don't activate it, you don't know that it's there. So you don't have to have concern of calling, that commercial about call 911 if something there 4 hours. Well, that's because they went through the blood, and you can control what goes through the blood. But with hormones, the Strike Up for men, I got Strike Up and Strike Up Extreme. One lasts 24 to 48 hours. One lasts 7 days. That's the Strike Up Extreme. But it goes into the body and it's
Brenda.
Yes.
Brenda.
Yes.
Hold them up and hold them still. You were moving so you can't actually see them. There you go. Hold it back a little bit. Yeah, hold it up. One at a time. There you go.
See that?
Right.
That's the Strike Up.
All right, Strike Up Extreme up. Okay, and then the other one.
That's it.
Over some. There you
go. There you go.
There
Strike
you go.
Up. Total Men Support Dietary Supplement.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes. It's I don't know if you can see it, but it's 100% herbs. Nothing synthetic. Just 100% herbal, organic herbs that's been formulated to go into the body. And there again, you have to activate it. So when you turn on, it turn on. Otherwise, it just lay dormant in your system. But what it does, it's great for prostate health as well. We have testimonies of where it has certainly helped men strengthening their prostate. Also, also urine flow, and also have kept men from the frequent bathroom visits for urination. So it's got some health benefits, also eyesight and blood flow, you name it. But
wait. Hold on, Brenda. It helps you with eyesight?
Yes, honey. I hear that the eyesight got better, everything.
Okay, I need about 100 of those. I won't need glasses anymore.
I call it a super vitamin, and then, hey, by the way, it will make a 50-year-old man perform like he's 21 again. So, so that's a beautiful thing as well. So, matter of fact, we had a testimony of a gentleman who was in his 70s, and he said, I used to be like this, that, and it's dead.
Oh my goodness.
Wait.
And it's dead ready. That's the testimony that we got from a 70-year-old married couple.
So if it helps your eyesight and you take one of them, does your wife look like she's 18 again?
You know what?
All right, no, I'm joking.
Nobody gonna really look like she 18.
Yes, do. But listen, it's so funny that you said that, James, because I actually have something for the women called Love. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's the Love pill, and it's, you know, all the pills are very small, but the Love pill for the woman, with us, like I said, it's mental. So a lot of time it takes us a little more to get there than y'all, but with the Love pill, it goes in, and within 1 hour, it kind of puts us in kind of a floaty, this lovey-dovey kind of a mood where, you know, pretty much, you know, that she may have looked over there at you in the recliner before she took the pill, and you just look like the same old thing that's been in the recliner. But after she popped this pill in 1 hour, she look over there, and you start looking like Denzel. And I tell you, literally, women start chasing their husbands when they get this in their body. Because actually, they say they look at their mate and they get a tingle on the back of their neck, and it restores moisture. It just increases their desire. It also give them more sensitivity. And so, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. Same thing is hormonal. It goes into your body. And speaking of hormonal, you know, with us as we age, our desire and different things change. You know, some people think it's just with the male that things change, but also with the female and our pH balance and different things. But this Love pill goes in and kind of just mellow things out. So, you know, so I tell everybody that, you know, these supplements, all natural, just help make a good thing exceptional, because it's not just for the needy, it's also for the greedy. Okay.
So Brenda, a couple of things. You're gonna have to do a broadcast with your 70-year-old guest, but I do want to let our audience know that James and we did try the pills because we like to know about what we talk about and be about what we talk about.
Because we always say that we don't want to recommend anything if we didn't try it ourselves.
Right. So Brenda sent us some samples, and I can tell you, man. First of all, I have to clarify: we have no problem in the bedroom. I am going through menopause, and I don't know. I'm different because I feel like I'm more wired, more alert, more ready for him than I ever was. When I was younger. It's interesting, right? But
we took the pill.
but James took the pill, and yes, we did notice a difference in his vitality and
stamina and everything.
Right here, just being more, but yeah, so we did try it, and yes, it did do everything that Brenda's talking about. But I remember I sent Brenda a message. I said, yes, we did notice a difference. But at the same time, I don't know, we're still in love. Well, I am. I don't know about him. So I feel like I need you to enhance it. But trust me, it does enhance you. You do know that you got a little something.
And I have a question about it, Brenda. Does the Strike Up for Men, does it get into your mind also?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it does. I mean, because number one, with the males, I mean, y'all pretty much was wired to stay ready on go all the time. But, you know, when it's time to go, you're ready to get to it. But, you know, but as things change, as we age, just natural progression of life, you know, you may have the mindset to do, but your body don't always respond when you are ready. So as far as mental, yes, it takes things up a notch as far as, you know, as you saying, okay, I'm ready to go, but your body is responding the same time that you saying that you're mentally ready to go. And so it does get into the mental, and yes, you have even more of a fire for your mate when you have that supplement, that super vitamin in you.
And I'm asking because I know when I read it, it said it takes an hour.
That's right.
But
that's right.
In my mind, I don't know. It didn't take a whole hour.
Which was good.
I'm thinking in 30 minutes, I'm like, hey, how you doing? That's what I was asking. Was it mental or was it just me? I don't know.
No, it is some herbs. There are some herbs in there that just turn just turn things up a notch mentally. And so when you turn it up a notch mentally, then the other herbs is in there that turns the body up, into fire mode. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I tell you, we've had so many testimonies of marriages being revived, and then marriages that the love was still there, but the intimacy wasn't, for a different reason. We even had a testimony of a gentleman who was on dialysis for 8 months and couldn't be with his wife, and his wife found out about the super vitamins, and she took it home, and they was able to be together. And of course, with him, that totally turned his mental state as far as of getting his health and everything, because that does something if a man desire his wife and can't be with his wife. And so, because there again, these supplements doesn't run through the blood, they run through the hormones. They didn't have any interaction with his medications and whatnot. So, but it all ties in. I mean, sex and making love, it always start here, and then it start here, and then it goes to the lawns, so it all go hand in hand.
That's very true. So yes, I remember one morning when James took the pill, and he did do that. Hey, how you doing? I immediately said, wait a minute, did you take one of those pills? I just knew that he had, because he had this look on his face, and he was just ready. But so yeah, we know that they work. We know that they're good. We were really glad that Brenda introduced it to us, and we've been sharing it with our friends. We're looking forward to collaborating with Brenda when we have our events with couples, and just really letting them know about the product, because let's just face it, some couples do have problems in the bedroom. The intimacy is just not there, either for the woman. It could be the woman because she's going through menopause, or could be the woman because it's just gotten old and dull, or just mental. And it could be the man, it could be a health problem. It could be a man mental problem. It could just be age, but this pill can enhance and help the couple in the bedroom. So yes, we're talking about sex and just keeping it spicy and hot and different and intimacy. But we're also talking about real natural things that can help you in the bedroom if you're just having trouble in that area overall. And
Brenda, I'm glad you explained it, because like you said, them other products go into the blood. I did not know that this goes into the hormones, because when you're a teenager and your parents say, okay, boy, your hormones are raising, you need to calm down, because when you're young, that's your hormones. So I guess when you get older, that kind of decreases your hormones. So it was good that you explained this product goes into your hormones and builds the hormones back up, like you're young again, like when you're a teenager and your hormones are raising.
That's right. That's exactly right, because the synthetic things is on the market. A lot of people cannot use them because of it running through the blood. But but that's why we are so happy that we have something because that's where the intimacy, that's where the desire comes from in the hormones. And this goes straight into the hormones. And it's just like you don't have, it takes you back to the younger days where when you turn on, that's when the supplement turns on. Otherwise, it just lay dormant. So, so yes, it's that is so true, that it is all in the hormones where it happens at. It's, mentally, it starts here, but then the hormones is what really charge everything. Yeah, definitely.
Right. And I have a question for you. I know the one strike up, I guess it's for one time or, in an hour, but the extreme, how does that last for 7 days? Can you explain that?
All I can tell you is that they took the strike up and then they reformulated the herbs and add a few more herbs in it that made, instead of taking, like this one lasts in your body 24 to 48 hours tops, the effectiveness of it. And all I know is they went back to the drawing board and they supercharged it, still about the same size of the other pill, but they added a few extra ingredients in it that, but once it's in your system, there again, anytime during that 6 or 7 days, when you're ready, the pill fires right up. So all I can tell you is that they they just took it to another notch. And then some people say, "Oh, I'm scared of that 7-day pill." I said, "Well, okay." I said, and then some wives say, "Hey, let me get about 2 or 3 of them 7-day pills." So it does, and then let me get that love pill. So it just depends on the person. I can't. I'm not that technical or scientific to tell you how they did it. All I can tell you is they did it and it works. And it comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. But trust me, nobody never, even though you can't, once you consume it, you can't bring it back. But if you tell me, look, they didn't work, Brenda, I'll find a way to give you a refund. But trust me, nobody brings these back or complain about them at all. But it works. All I can tell you is it works. That's all I know. Yeah.
Because I know the Strike Up one does work because I've taken it, and I have an extreme one, and I haven't taken that yet. I've just been holding it now for a month or so because I was afraid, like, is it going to be 7 straight days? I didn't know how it worked.
No, it's the same thing. The same thing. It goes into the body, and unless you activate it, it won't activate. So, I mean, bottom line, it's going to work the same as the other one did, but you're going to have to activate it. That's it.
That might be dangerous to you because you're going to switch in your PJs every night for 7 days. It's going to be like.
You know what? I know. You know what? I have to go in the bathroom and hide to put on my PJs. Otherwise, he's chasing me around the bedroom.
So if I take that 7-day one, look out. I'm just saying.
I'm going to put you a few extra loves in the mail, Cynthia.
I might need them. So Brenda, we have about 5 minutes. We just want you to share with people how they can find you, how they can find your product. Just go ahead and share.
Yes, well, listen, this has been wonderful. Thank you again for inviting me. I have just truly enjoyed sharing. And listen, tonight I want to offer for any of the ladies that's on the broadcast, or even if the lady didn't make it and the husband was on the broadcast, I'm going to offer y'all a free love pill for anyone that would like to have it. I'm going to give you my number that you can text. If you text the words honeymoon at home, then I'm going to send you back info that you can send to me so I can get this free love pill in the mail to you for you to try or your mate to try. But the number is 910-604-3724. That's 910-604-3724. So if you text the words honeymoon at home, I'll make sure that you get a free sample of the love pill. And if you want to go to my website to find out more about the love pill and also the Strike Up, you just go to honeymoon@home.com. honeymoon@home.com. So, if you spell out honeymoon, then home.com. So I'm looking forward to you to just contact me if you like to get some of these products on my websites. They sell in bulk, like 6 at a time. But if somebody wanted to just get what I call a weekend fun pack, where they just want a love and a one Strike Up, I got some special weekend fun packs that I could talk to you one-on-one about getting that out. If you don't want to buy 6 at a time, I can work it out. But I've just been so great to be here, and I had fun with y'all. Y'all just a hoot.
Well, Brenda, we want to thank you for coming on the broadcast. It's unusual to have a single person on talking about sex, but we knew she had something special for couples.
Yes.
Something that can really enhance and help your marriage. So we hope that you guys will reach out to Brenda, that you will at least check out the TLC products. We did, and we really enjoyed them. They're very effective. And we just want to share with you again, you can find James and Cynthia Green at marriagebuilttolast.com. You can find us on all of our social mediums, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, at Marriage Built to Last. That's the numeral 2. Follow us on social media. We do a lot of different things. We're on live every second Sunday with a special guest on a special topic. On the fourth Sunday, we will be doing our live Newlywed game show. It's similar to the Newlywed show,
but it's Marriage Built to Last version.
Yes, it is. And so we have a lot of fun with two couples on. They actually get to win a prize. So if you're interested in being a guest on our game show, you and your spouse, just send us a message in our Facebook group or on our Facebook page, or you can friend us and let us know, yes, we want to be on the show. Again, go to marriagebuilttolastmovement.com. You guys join the movement. We are on a movement to really change how the world thinks about marriage.
And we can easily connect you to Brenda if you're having sex problems.
We will post your text number.
Yes, Brenda, we will post your number
on our pages to let couples know that they can reach you or get the free product.
Right.
Yes, that's awesome. Awesome. Thank y'all so much.
We want to thank you for being on our show. We just appreciate, Brenda, all the info you provided, you know, the information. You know, you're actually, even though you're single, you're actually out there helping couples.
Yes.
Helping couples in the area of sex and intimacy. And we really appreciate that.
Right. You're welcome. So again, it's honeymoonatHome.com. Go check me out. Oh, and the Strike Up may not be on my website right now. The warehouse is restocking, so when they're restocking, I take it off. But you can still go and visit it and reach out, and I can put you on the waiting list.
Text her at 910-604-3724 to get your free product. Make sure you text her. And James and I want to give you
yeah, tell them to text Honeymoon at Home.
Honeymoon at Home.
Yes.
And you want to get some more information on marriage, we want to let you guys know you can reach out to James and I also at info@marriagebuilttolast.com. You can also get a free gift from us, a free ebook about some tips on marriage and relationships. If you text us at
443-201-7723. Text the word marriage.
Say it again.
443-201-7723.
And we thank you so much to you guys for being on the broadcast. And just remember,
if you build it, it will last. See you, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda. Love you.
Thank y'all. Good night.
Good night.